Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Seth Rollins has been a cornerstone of WWE Raw and is currently hunting down Roman Reigns. The two men were in the same ring on Friday Night SmackDown after taking shots at each other during the 2025 Royal Rumble and the March 17, 2025, episode of the Red Brand. The upcoming edition of Raw may feature the Visionary as he continues to build himself up ahead of the recently announced triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. Rollins will compete against CM Punk and Roman Reigns in what will be the biggest non-title match of the event. All three men got a piece of each other on last week's SmackDown. Seth Rollins will likely have much to say or do if he shows up on Raw this week. Check out the 4 things Seth Rollins can do if he appears on Monday night's WWE Raw. 4. He could attack CM Punk to turn up the heat. SmackDown hosted a huge brawl between 3 of WWE's top men. The fighting could continue on Monday night as fans prepare to watch how the rivalry unfolds before WrestleMania 41. CM Punk could appear for a match or another promo to hype his chances in the triple threat match at the Show of Shows. Seth Rollins could suddenly appear and attack the best in the world. The fight could make its way backstage, where they could punish each other enough to sell some injuries and skip a couple of editions of the show. That will increase the intensity of their rivalry. 3. Tease a partnership with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman has been at the center of the drama between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. The wise man seems to be caught between his former client and the current tribal chief. Heyman will be too afraid to cross the OTC in the coming months. Meanwhile, he still owes CM Punk a favor that the best in the world could call in at any time. Seth Rollins could come out to offer Paul Heyman a solution to his problem by telling him that he could take the Visionary's side. Rollins could promise to protect the wise man from the OTC while ensuring that there are no favors to repay Punk. Confusing Heyman further and adding more fuel to his story with Roman Reigns and CM Punk could go a long way. The segment might leave the wise man even more confused and begging for a way out. 2. Seth Rollins could send Paul Heyman to the hospital. Instead of offering the wise man to join him, Seth Rollins could do something much worse that could cement him as the top heel in the rivalry. Paul Heyman could come out to interrupt the Visionary during his promo segment on Raw. The back and forth could result in Seth Rollins attacking Heyman and delivering the stomp before Punk can come out to save him. WWE could showcase the legend's injuries by loading him onto an ambulance for added effect. Meanwhile, it could be clear that CM Punk is more tied in with Paul Heyman while Roman Reigns could simply get more infuriated with both men because of the segment. 1. The Visionary could call out Roman Reigns on WWE Raw. Roman Reigns came out on SmackDown first to talk about his issues with Seth Rollins and CM Punk before the two WWE Raw stars interrupted him. Rollins could appear to call out the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion this week and talk about their real-life issues. He could ask the OTC to appear either on the show or tell him to show up on Raw on Netflix next week for a major segment. WWE appears to be booking the cross-brand rivalry to benefit both Raw and SmackDown as they head into WrestleMania 41. Having Roman Reigns appear on Monday night will help boost the brand's ratings before the show. 4 things the Visionary can do on WWE Raw if he appears. Seth Rollins is no stranger to making game-changing statements, and with WWE Raw being a platform for surprises, fans are buzzing about the possibility of the Visionary appearing on the Red Brand. Ever since losing the World Heavyweight Championship, Rollins has been relatively quiet about his next move, but whispers suggest he could be eyeing a long-overdue showdown with Roman Reigns. If Rollins does appear on Raw, here are 4 explosive things he could do, including putting Paul Heyman in serious trouble. 1. Call out Roman Reigns and demand a showdown. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns have a long, storied history. Once brothers in the Shield, their relationship took a dark turn when Rollins betrayed Reigns and Dean Ambrose in 2014. Since then, they've clashed multiple times, but one thing remains the same. Rollins is the only major WWE superstar that Reigns has never cleanly beaten in a one-on-one match. Now that Rollins is free of the World Heavyweight Championship, he may set his sights on Reigns and finally demand a proper showdown. On Raw, Rollins could cut a scathing promo, reminding the WWE Universe that the last time they faced off at the Royal Rumble, Reigns couldn't finish him. Roman, you call yourself the tribal chief, but you've never beaten me fair and square. You talk about legacy, but your greatest fear is staring you in the face, me. This would send a massive shockwave through the WWE landscape. Rollins challenging Reigns would not only reignite one of WWE's best rivalries but also force the Bloodline to shift their focus to a threat that can't be ignored. 2. Target Paul Heyman and threaten to expose his secrets. If there's one person who might be sweating the most at the thought of Rollins making an appearance, it's Paul Heyman. The wise man of the Bloodline has been orchestrating Reigns' reign of terror for years, but Rollins knows Heyman's playbook better than most. Rollins could use Raw as an opportunity to expose Heyman's manipulations and even hint that the legendary advocate's position within the Bloodline is in jeopardy. What if Rollins has insider information that could tear apart the faction from within? Imagine Rollins walking to the ring with a folder in hand, smirking as he reveals that he has dirt on Heyman, possibly something that could turn Solo Sikoa or even Jimmy Uso against him. "Hey Paul, I know things. You've been playing a dangerous game behind Roman's back, and I think it's time the world knows the truth." With Roman Reigns' control over the Bloodline already fragile, Rollins planting seeds of doubt could accelerate an implosion. If Heyman finds himself cornered, he might be forced to make an unexpected move, perhaps even looking for a new client to protect himself from Reigns' wrath. 3. Align with Cody Rhodes to end the Bloodline's reign of terror. Cody Rhodes has been on a mission to finish the story and dethrone Roman Reigns, but the numbers game has always been against him. With the Bloodline still running rampant, Cody might need reinforcements, and who better to join the fight than Seth Rollins? Despite their own rivalry, Rollins and Rhodes share mutual respect. If Rollins shows up on Raw and extends an olive branch, it could create a super team capable of taking down the Bloodline. Picture Rollins standing in the ring, calling out Cody. "I don't like you, Cody. But I despise the Bloodline more. If we want to end this once and for all, maybe it's time we stop fighting each other and start fighting them." The idea of Rollins and Rhodes uniting would electrify the WWE Universe. Together, they could systematically dismantle the Bloodline, possibly leading to a blockbuster tag match against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa at an upcoming premium live event. 4. Introduce a new member to take down the Bloodline. While Rollins himself is a dangerous opponent for the Bloodline, what if he wasn't alone? WWE is always looking for fresh storylines, and Rollins bringing in a new ally, perhaps a major returning star or a debuting powerhouse, could be exactly what shakes things up. Imagine Rollins teasing a surprise for weeks before unveiling a 6'8" monster, someone handpicked to be his enforcer against the Bloodline. This could be a returning Braun Strowman, a NXT standout like Braun Breaker, or even an unexpected name from outside WWE. Rollins could simply say, "Roman has his Bloodline. I've got something better." The presence of a new force in WWE, backed by Rollins' genius, would make things far more unpredictable. It would put the Bloodline on high alert and force Reigns to look over his shoulder. Conclusion. If Seth Rollins shows up on WWE Raw, it won't be for small talk. The Visionary has every reason to shake up the status quo, whether by directly challenging Roman Reigns, exposing Paul Heyman's secrets, aligning with Cody Rhodes, or introducing a game-changing new ally. Regardless of which path Rollins chooses, one thing is certain: if he steps into the ring on Raw, the WWE Universe will be on the edge of their seats, waiting for the next chapter in this ever-evolving war against the Bloodline.